Dun 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 dun. We're live. There's 28. There's 28-ish more episodes before this. It got spooky. Oh my god, that was last week. Aw, that's so nice. I sort of feel like if we just hadn't brought it up, we would have been fine. So, does anybody else feel that way about the whole situation? Like, if we just, yeah, if we just... Dirt? Who's just gonna trust Dirt? That little son of a bitch? Yeah. A cab. All kobolds are bastards. And he delivered. That's comedy, baby. Let's go.
She also, I would just like to point out, said that she cannot cause this entity harm. Therefore, by sending us in to cause harm to the entity, she is by proxy causing harm.
We got like Fey lawyers on retainer in this party, so
just throwing that out there.
Although I don't know if a dragon really is gonna listen.
Also, it was a verbal contract.
But her oath is binding. We've been through
pre-law at Fayu.
Yeah.
Pre-law.
If you have been to Fayu, you know that verbal contracts are quite binding.
Super binding.
But not to say
as long
that
as you have a Fey lawyer present.
Has anything
We
to
did,
do.
unfortunately, because Buster was
Don't talk to Fey cops. Ever.
Perfect. So you guys headed into this portal.
We sure did.
Yeah.
And met how How you guys? How did you guys describe him before our stream?
An emaciated twink Theren.
All chained up
Yeah.
and nowhere to go.
You guys saw a red-haired figure chained up, emaciated. The chains seem to be like made of shadows. You found this figure in the center of this tower. And as you approached, the figure seemed happy to see you. As he says, "He said you'd come for me." And that's where we will begin. You see the figure. He's on his knees. He looks up at you. Look of desperation and hope flashing on his face. You definitely know this must be one of Azaelin's clones. It looks just like Theren, similar to Death. This is one of them or another one, but this is some clone of Azaelin's.
And what's your name?
You can call me Famine. That's what is, or Azaelin. That's fine too.
Sorry, which version of you said that we would come to you?
Conquest.
Conquest. Got it. What did he say we would do?
He said that he would. Well, he said that you would perhaps set me free.
Okay, can we be specific on set you free? Just want to make sure we do it the right way.
He
You
raises.
also want us to set Famine free?
I mean, I think if you're thinking of it in this way of like, if you set me free, people will go through famine, then perhaps you're overthinking the name a bit. I'm not like Death. I've not become some being beyond mortality. I'm just a man.
Anthropomorphic personification.
Yes. Does
Although-
anthropomorphic count for things that aren't animals? I'm not sure. I was
I'm
assuming
pretty
it was.
sure it's like an idea that
Shoot.
becomes personified.
Humanthropomorphic, I suppose.
It's more like
I mean, 'cause
living concept.
anthropology. Yeah, anthropology doesn't mean it's just about animals.
I-
We're getting in the weeds.
You do say that you're a mortal. You're not an embodiment, but you are locked in the Shadow Realm version of a dragon's lair. So there must be something to you that has you chained and bound here.
Yes. I mean, as you see, and he raises the chains of shadow on his arms. He says, "It was Azaelin who sent me here, but it was Death who trapped me. But you seem to have Death's hammer. You could break these."
Okay, so to clarify, he meant free you as in break the chains, not, kill.
From your
or
mortal
get rid
coil.
of. Right. Right.
No, set me free. Of course.
Okay. Hey, Buster, quick sidebar.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
So
Gonna set
Conquest.
them up.
So Conquest said that Olin starts talking. So Conquest said that we would free you and your famine. Death has betrayed you or locked you up. What of the other horsemen? Does that concept
Yeah,
exist?
do we know?
Yes, my
Is there-
brother's
is there a
Azaelin name was
Bible?
all after the horseman because he has a bit of flair for the dramatic. But my other brothers, other than death, are quite dead as far as I'm aware.
Do you know which of your brothers was the one on Haslin?
Conquest is the only one that's left Darkon, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's some splaining to do.
Yeah, you guys want to do your sidebar?
Yeah, going to make sure I'm not facing him in case he can read lips. But quietly and Sylvan say to Buster, "Alright, so you said something about not doing what they wanted because every time we've done what they've wanted, things have turned to shit, right?"
Who is the they in this situation?
Like,
I
the
am
others,
so often.
others of him.
And yes, I'm so often rebelling against authority. This is normal.
No, I get that read from you. So are we killing him?
Well, we have been sent to do so because Dragon outside has told us that we are the only ones who can. I don't know. We have to get to know him a little bit more to see if it is not a large risk. But at the end of the day, this is technically a version of this Zalen character, this death that we have to figure out, because this is person who started all of Darkon going to shit.
Right.
I think we press him a little bit. We find out if he is trying to trick us, regular Fae stuff.
Right.
You potentially can break these chains, but we have to remember, if we walk out, there is a large ancient dragon on the other side of the door. That is,
Yeah.
problem.
All right, good talk.
Dylan, Buster, can I sidebar your sidebar real quick?
Oh my god.
Absolutely. I'll
Tobias,
probably
come here.
I'll also add, because we're in the Shadowfell and Buster is a Fey creature, effectively. He's like washed out. He's like very gray. Not only is he exhausted because a piece of his soul has been taken, but also like his ears are a little droopier. His fur's a little grayer. It's just like the literal counterbalance of like the Feywild version. I figure like in the Feywild he becomes like a little bit more animated and a little bit more lively and boisterous, but here he's just like, oh boy.
So, Famine tells me that his brother Conquest is the only of the clones that he has known to have left Darkon. Which has...
Makes sense with the name.
But it has interesting implications in that...
Does this mean that you are him?
Yeah,
then?
wait, are you Conquest then?
Perhaps there is some part of his soul in mine, but I also extricated some of that when donating to the egg. Perhaps Famine is powerful enough to see inside, and perhaps make note if that is there, or what fragment is there, but...
I mean, you could always ask him.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you all, because it felt important that the only version of Azalan that has ever been out of Darkon is perhaps the same one that created me.
He said the other ones were dead? Because we met death.
To his knowledge, yes.
Hmm.
Although didn't exactly scrutinize him.
Hmm.
So what's the likelihood that the reanimated Azalan they found in Nevashar Springs is just one of his brothers? And he's been locked in here so long he doesn't know?
Pretty good chance, it feels like. Perhaps we should
Look into
we
this.
could use this as a bargaining chip, perhaps as well, if trying to get information.
Just to give you a little lore reminder, the resurrected king that was rumored to be resurrected in Neverchar Springs was Darkhollis Rex, not
Right.
Azalan.
Okay. But wouldn't they look very similar? You know, familial resemblance and all that?
Darkhollis and Azalan are not actually related. Rex is the
Oh,
title
well.
given to the rulers of Darkon.
Alright, fine. Fuck that theory. Damn, John.
Well,
It could
Alright, he
still
could've
be
dyed his hair.
him,
Yeah.
and dyed hair or like with a funny hat or something.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not related. I'm just saying there's nothing that you have been told that would insinuate that they're related.
It's fine. Just kill my theories. It's fine.
well, nonetheless, we should perhaps keep some of this information close to our chest.
Right.
Death's brother is the part of Shadow inside of Tobias. I have that written down.
And then Death's brother is also part of the soul infused in Olin to reanimate the corpse.
And now there is a shadowy brother of Death in front of us.
Does Famine
It
look
goes
like
deep.
does Famine look corporeal? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
He does look like his hair. He looks like kind of Buster was describing being grayed out. He is like kind of washed out compared to like the others. His hair isn't quite as bright. But Will, would you like to correct that, or should I? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys know.
Yeah, I'm just FYI. I don't think that Tobias has death inside of him.
Yeah.
No, but his shadow could be another one of the clones.
It's
Hmm.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's his own thing.
But
You guys. I don't know. I don't know if you guys
everyone's
know
just shooting
exactly,
down the
but-
theories.
we kind of know it's your wife a little bit.
There's been a lot of
Mentioned.
lore in this game, but yeah, Death did like say something about his brother's soul being here, and there was like a moment where Tobias thought Death was talking to him, but he corrected that to Olin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and
But-
Tobias,
That
I
might have
think,
been what
has.
that was.
I think Tobias has introduced his shadow as the Misses.
Yeah. I believe.
Yeah, when I don't know if I introduced that time, but
We had
the
that
time that
flashback.
we were with the what's her name? The wizard,
Oh, Madame Eris.
Madame Eris, and
I
when I,
didn't
was
even have
talking
to
to her,
read my
and the,
notes.
Oh.
and the shadow was super mad. I don't know if I ever introduced the shadow that way, but
Okay.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
perhaps,
the characters like lightly kind of know that. It's not really talked about.
because it'd be in
Uh,
light.
it's context clues.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think I don't like what's in this for us. What's in this for Dark?
Oh, did Tobias just come join our sidebar?
I beckoned him. I told him to come.
Yeah,
in.
we all.
Oh,
We're all
okay.
sideboard.
I told him to continue to come sidebar with your sidebar.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk to Tobias. I'm not sure how this benefits us or what we're doing. Like, the whole point of this was to not get eaten by the big scary dragon.
Hmm.
So do we?
This is a pretty
We
good
don't have-
motivating factor, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of came back. I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, and after I came to my senses a little bit, I got a little bit heated in there, and I was probably going to do something a little bit dumb. But now that we're calm down a little bit again, I'm probably thinking maybe we should
Wham bam,
not
thank you, ma'am.
make her mad. I'm sorry.
Oh, bonk.
Let's.
No.
Oh. No.
I
I
thought we calmed down.
I don't hate the idea, but at the same time, I believe we should potentially talk to Famine.
We should get
a
more
little
information.
Sure.
I think we
Do you guys have anything to eat by chance? Not to interrupt
No.
your conversation, I just have not eaten in decades.
Oh, buddy, I got you. Don't worry.
in decades.
Oh,
Yes,
Buster,
then-
you're tired. Let me cook.
No. I'm fine.
It's
I'm
I
fine.
know how to cook more than what Rosemary cooked.
Oh, thank God. I will still
It-
help.
It's not all Tepis delicacies.
Oh, you probably know other Feywild fare, actual good food.
I always liked the things that Rosemary made.
I don't think you have functioning tongue, truth be told.
I would just, as Sam, like to point out, Buster begrudgingly liked what Rosemary made.
One time.
Bust-
One time.
Buster
And I will continue to ride that high.
respected the cooking check and the dice roll.
The dice do tell a story.
The dice told the story on that one.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get you something whipped together real quick. You want to like talk a bit while we do this? Maybe
Oh,
catch up on what's happening in the world out there.
Sure.
How long have
Sure,
you
do you-
been locked up here?
Time is hard to really tell.
Mm,
I know it's
I'll
been
tell him the year that it is out there,
Mm.
because I'm sure we've seen papers and stuff.
We just have a newspaper with us from Illaluk.
Oh yeah, this is like a week old.
Oh, we couldn't get him something more current.
There wasn't a stand on the way here.
It's been about I'm sorry, my memories are a bit patchy since I've been here, but 60 years or so.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Funny.
Feels
Oh,
like
sorry, go
everything
ahead.
happens about 60 years ago here.
Yeah. So, what is your relation to the big giant shadow dragon that's out there?
It's we're magically tied in some way. We're bound in a pact in which I grant her power, but then death has sealed me here, and in a way that makes it so I feed on her magic to keep me alive for sustenance. So it's a bit of a symbiotic relationship, I suppose.
I guess that kind of answered my question, because I was going to say you haven't been eating for 60, 65 years. Are the chains kind of the only thing keeping you alive, and once we bust them, you're going to just fall over from starvation?
Well, it won't be immediate, but I will eventually die of starvation, not tied to the chains. That they do suffuse me with Eb's magic and keep me breathing.
So, Ebb is weaker outside because you're here?
Yes. But also stronger because I grant her magic.
But if you were with her, that would make her stronger and you stronger.
Well, if I'm freed from this place, I guess our pact would end. At that point, she would still have access to her innate magic, but not access to the spells that were granted by her bond to me.
And that's if we just break the chains.
Yeah.
You're like, so you're somewhat like a patron to her.
Yes.
In a way.
So your boons also go away if you like starve to death, right?
Yes, that would be true as well.
Okay. Just no reason, just asking.
Do you? Well, I think it probably needs to be asked, but beyond getting out of here, what do you want?
Well, primarily, I guess, if I had to land on one thing, I suppose it would be vengeance against my brother, Death, and I think I would chase him to the ends of Darkon and pluck out both of his eyes and make a delicious stew out of them.
You know. He was kind of rude.
He locked you here. Did he set up this pact between you and Ebb?
The pact was Zalen's idea, originally, as a way to bind Ebb. Our pact lasted way before I was stuck in the Shadowfell. This little prison was Death's idea. His way of, I guess, gaining control of both me and Ebb, since Ebb cannot leave too far from the portal.
We know.
So Ebb is. So you and Ebb are close.
That does beg the question: what is your relationship with Ebb, then?
It has changed over the years. At first, it was almost like a partnership of sorts. But it has changed. I sometimes feel like we feel like each other's jailers at this point.
So if
keeps her.
you meet her now, do you think that she's gonna try to end the pact? Or do you think that she just wants you out so that you guys can work together?
I'm pretty sure if I leave, she will try and kill me, but I think with your help we could take her.
You mentioned that she was honor-bound to not be able to harm you. In full disclosure, because at the end of the day, you are a man on your knees in portal within a portal. We were sent to, and I quote, deal with you. Either this means to kill you or to fulfill your desires. Deal with is very,
It's vague.
read between the lines type language.
Well, you see, as Famine, the way Azalin has kind of worded the magical compulsion set on me, I must have a pact of some sort at all times. It could be that she sent you in here to kill me, to end the pact and forever break her bond, tying her to this portal and what's on the other side. Or it could be, she thinks that if I make a new pact with one of you, that she will no longer be bound by the magic either way.
You
Sorry,
must.
we said we were gonna just, be keeping an eye out for Fae trickery bullshit. Can I vibe check this guy?
Sure. You can give me an insight check. Is there anything in particular you're trying to suss out?
I guess he's talking about like, oh yeah, I mean if I'm set free, the pact is fulfilled and it's all good. She probably just wanted that. I'm trying to see if he's bullshitting us on like the terms and conditions of this pact.
Sure.
I mean, we could.
Can I make an inside check specifically on I must always be in a pact? That statement and that idea of like, is that true as a being?
Pretty good. We
Is
can
there a way
always,
that you can get away from that?
I was gonna say we can always check if they if it's gone. The thoughts exited my head.
Sorry.
I don't know. No, it's good.
I think both of you can tell, like, the number one thing on Famine's mind is he is desperate for the situation to end with him being free. Buster, you get the sense too that he is telling the truth. That there's something about Famine that requires him to be bound to another creature. In maybe not in exactly the same way that he is bound to Ebb, but in like some sort of symbiotic dynamic. Now, what that needs to look like, I don't know that that's clear, but he seems to be pretty truthful, though maybe like spinning. I think you get the sense on a 22 that he is
No, it's
not...
a 17. I have disadvantage.
Oh, you have disadvantage.
Mhm.
Why do you have
Because he's
disadvantage?
exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
Oh. Then yeah, that's all I'm telling you.
I'm honoring it. Yeah, no, I stopped you before I got more than I should have.
So, I know that Ebb's desire, if freed from this pact, is to become a Dark Lord of some realm, whether it be this or another, to seal her legacy, to hatch her pup, which we perhaps should also brief you on that abomination.
Oh.
You have
That's a
linked
whole
to her
thing.
power. She has a whole thing, if you have no sense of it. This egg.
I'm gonna hold up a peanut butter jelly sandwich for him to eat while they're talking.
Yeah, I'm fully just like making like ingredients in like a big stew. Got a fire going, cauldron going. Like I'm cooking up.
This is just to
So-
hold him
Fire
over
in the
until the
shadow
stew is
fell.
ready.
So,
Famine's like eyeing the food constantly as he's talking.
I'm holding it
yeah.
up to him so he can eat it while still chained up.
as
I'm
If you
gonna
would-
I'm gonna give him some water too.
Maybe free one of my hands so I can.
Just give it a minute, man.
All right.
as
Yeah.
so
You want the sandwich or not?
Let's
so
feed him.
Ebb wants to be a Dark Lord, but you just want to be free to kill your brother? Is that the only reason he has you bound in this realm away from the realm? Surely there must be something more. Some danger you pose to him beyond death. Surely death does not fear death.
Yeah, this kind of feels like an overreaction.
You mentioned the Famine was just a name. He is not the concept. Death is also technically a name. If
Yes.
this was man named by Azalin, this is just name. He has conquest and death, and they have domain over these ideas. But that does not mean he is unkillable. I think probably we can try. I'm sure we could.
I'm not sure Death believes that anymore. The man certainly thinks himself divine, something greater than what we are.
I suppose the real question here is, you want to be free. It's understandable. You want to kill death. But what was it that got you locked up here in the first place? What ambition?
Oh, it's just a disagreement on which people should die and which shouldn't.
Oh. What was your take?
Don't you get into this?
Honestly, I barely remember at this point, but Death always felt like he was the one that should have the choice, and anytime I want to be able to kill whoever I thought needed to be killed. Death disagreed. However, none of that matters. I really just want to get out of here. I want to get out of Darkon after I kill my brother, of course. Little light vengeance. What do you need from me to make sure that happens? I can offer you power, magic power, once I'm set free. I can help you kill Ebb, or perhaps just help you get away from her if you need. There are other exits from the Shadowfell.
Having an ancient dragon as an enemy is not...
Not great,
Something
and
we
also
wanna
we
keep,
have some
yeah.
people on the other side of the portal.
We cannot leave them behind. And she also has a big fucking glimmering, gleaming horde.
and also some sort of cursed egg abomination that could hatch at any moment into some kind of abyssal creature.
Bigger problem.
Sounds awful.
And
She wasn't
perhaps-
allowed to talk about the terms of the oath. Can you?
That's what I was thinking before when I couldn't remember what I was going to think about. It was that.
You passed it to me.
I was
Mhm.
most the idea.
Yes, I mean, I can speak to the pact that Eb and I have, yeah.
What are the terms of this agreement?
Well, it's actually like a long, pretty drawn out contractual type thing. But basically
We've both been in
means
the Feywild.
Yeah, this is day one stuff.
basically in lieu for a eternal tether, providing life force to myself so that I may survive, I grant her magics. She cannot speak about the deal. She cannot harm me directly, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much the gist. She must perform a task for me once a year, but I can't actually ask her for that task because death has commanded she never come in here.
If we delivered your task to Eb, would she be able to do it? Could she leave the cavern, go off and do your job, do 60 years worth of tasks that
Well-
you've been bound here?
I'm afraid, due to this prison, Eb cannot go very far from me. However, if I was back on the material plane of Darkon, she could go anywhere in Darkon.
That actually raises an interesting point. Her getting power from you is contingent upon her doing a task for you once a year.
That is part of it.
She has not performed this task for 60 years. It feels like
Negligence.
Yes, but part of the deal is that I have to actually give her the task. She does not have to come to me to receive it. I have to give it to her, but because of the predicament I find myself into, that's been much more challenging than normal.
So
But
if-
I could perhaps give her a task once we get back on the other side. If you're trying to dissuade her from perhaps eating you or hampering you and setting me free, sure, we could think of some creative task to set her towards, as long as I get it out really quickly before she can silence me or anything like that.
do I get the impression that he would stick to his word if we released him?
Yeah. I think you get that impression. You can give me an insight check if you like.
Why not? Why play Dungeons and Dragons if I'm not gonna roll a dice every once in a while, huh? $13.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's hard to read generally, but you know he really wants to get free and seems to be earnest in his descriptions.
Okay, he doesn't have much of a choice. So, do you mind if we take another sidebar?
Of course, of course. Thank you for the food, by the way. It's delicious.
Yeah, you've got some. Do we have a napkin or something? He's got some jelly.
Yeah.
If you just want to free one hand, I could get that myself, and you could do your sidebar.
Hold up. Love the tenacity, but
Friends, if a pact to an ancient dragon is barely keeping him alive, what creature could he bind himself to?
Yeah.
Pact is keeping him alive because he is sucking life from Ancient Dragon because he's locked in prison. If he's free, then he can fucking eat food and exercise and be fine, I think.
He said he would still
Yeah.
starve to
some
death, didn't he?
sunshine. Well,
Eventually.
eventually.
This
If he
is this
doesn't eat.
yeah, he mentioned with a name like Famine and need to have pact. I believe this pact takes something from whoever it is that takes this pact on. Maybe it is energy and in some sort of method of substance. But Ancient Dragon, I believe, gives him energy enough to stay alive in a desolate wasteland such as this. That is my read on situation, I believe.
To be honest, I have no qualms releasing him, sending Ebb on some arduous task and destroying the egg. But I also have a more vested interest in finding out about my creator.
I worry if we release him and allow Ebb to do a task and be beholden to do said task, that she will not go off, do this task as quickly as possible, and then be free to come enact vengeance on plucky group of adventurers that will have Ancient Dragon's ire. Hopefully we will be gone by this point, but, you know.
I will just remind you guys as well, as part of your discussion, that one of the deals you've made with Ebb is that she will, like, fly you up to Castle of Ernest. So if you piss off Ebb, then you might find an alternate way to actually make it up there, which, not to say you can't, but...
Yeah. I do not know.
We could make her search for her own egg. The one that she seems to think doesn't exist, but still wants us to find for her.
Yes. I am leaning on releasing him, breaking pact with Ebb, looking into terms and conditions into one of us taking on this pact and then killing Dragon. This feels like very dangerous concept, but in the long run, unless we are here only for like a few minutes, I do not wish those left behind to have to deal with ancient, powerful, no longer bound to one spot dragon that can just make new egg or terrorize wherever she wants to whenever Darkon is healed or what have you. This is what I'm afraid of.
I mean, Darkon would surely be a safer place without Ebb in it.
Mm-hmm.
All those kobolds are going to lose their dental.
We can give them dental. We'll own the cave system.
We can teach the kobolds to take means of production for themselves and they can give each other dental.
Who would accept a pact?
I've made deals before. Dylan just came back into herself. You have bits of a version of him inside of you already. Tobias, you have your own shadows and demons to deal with.
Oh, Popey is gonzo.
Oh yeah, he is frozen in
He
there.
crashed, I think.
Rest in peace.
What the hell?
You guys said, who wants to make this deal? And Tobias is like, no.
No.
Mm-mm. Just
Um,
drift off into nothingness.
We should find out the exact terms and conditions before any of us agree to deal.
I suppose
1000%.
we get to strike up those conditions if we are the ones making the pact, right? Obviously, if we... Famine makes the pact, but can probably ease up on the requirements some.
Yes, it is up to him. I believe he is the more powerful one. But I don't believe that the every pact must have, life force being drained. Maybe.
Welcome
It
back,
depends.
Will. I don't know. It's table talky, but I was thinking if Olin made a deal, there's a lot of souls in there to pull from, theoretically, which would be interesting. Although, I don't really know, like...
I don't want to risk him getting Forgotten Light.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, there's something there, but, like, what if Forgotten Light's soul, like, burns him because it's on the other end of the spec? Like, it's like, I don't know. It's very weird. Because Olin doesn't really, like, Olin's soul is still Olin's soul, but it's not connected to the body. Like, no soul is, like, really connected to the body formatively. It's very weird.
It's like a balloon.
Yeah.
Kinda tied.
Olin's just a really fucked up balloon animal.
Well, they were discussing when you dropped out, like, which of you would be up for making this pact. Basically, if you made a pact with Famine.
Did anybody volunteer?
I did. Because you have your own shadows and demons to deal with.
Don't we all?
The ultimate Sorlock lock. I've also made my pacts with crazy powers in the past. Let somebody else have the opportunity.
Well, I mean,
Whose turn is it for a dark power?
Is he technically?
This is not a dark power.
I'm
It's different.
Making a
He's
joke.
just a dude.
I mean, the Archfey wasn't a dark power either, really.
No.
I mean, you sort of turned her into one.
Well, that's not my problem. That happened in the post game.
That happened during the game. You threw her seed into a tomb.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. That rocked.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That shit rocked, dude. I don't know. I have no issues doing it, but Buster's also offered to do it.
I mean, I could just pack them on. Unless
That's
it's
really
actually like a
concerning.
warlock situation, then that might be weird.
How about we look at
Your two patrons fighting.
How about we look at terms and conditions, and then we decide if he is willing to.
Yeah,
You know.
always terms and conditions before anything.
I feel
Put
like
Make
I
sure
feel like you could have some very favorable terms and conditions.
in this
with this.
position. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are kind of in a bit of a position of power.
Just make sure you listen to the fine print.
Yeah. And any,
Come on.
double speak.
Who are we talking about here? Come on.
Yeah.
Good sidebar, everybody.
Great sidebar. We've
Dude.
been doing this.
Standing there like,
So are we gonna go kill Eb
What else?
now?
What else is he gonna do?
yeah. I kind of want to know if he can do like the thing like Death could though, where he could like see things about people.
Like the first thing that came to mind was like a tarot reading. Sorry, a Taraka reading.
What would you like to see? Well, what
I
would
don't
you
know.
like him to see?
I don't know. It's just a cool party trick.
Hmm.
It might be nice to see which brother's soul is inside of me.
You know, that would actually be probably useful information.
But I get the impression we are all pretty on board with freeing him at this point.
I believe it is, how you say, lesser of two evils, I suppose.
I always hate the election
Technically.
here.
Oh, God.
If we free him, we're gonna have to buckle up as soon as we get out of get back into Eb's little hole.
I mean, won't
Well-
she feel the pact break immediately?
But we'll have
Well,
to form a pact
don't
probably as we.
I mean,
I don't know if
the-
she is able to tell if chains are broken, because Death is holding the chains. So we can break chains, make
Yeah.
pact, and then as soon as we leave, break pact, go aggro, figure out from there. Maybe, potentially.
I think the pack only ends when she dies.
Well,
He can break pact whenever, I believe. Because he is the one who made the pact. But this is question for him. I do not know. I cannot.
Owen looks over their shoulder. What kind of things can you ask Eb to do for your tasks? If you asked her to let us kill her.
Oh no, I'm afraid I can't do that. The tasks have to be favors that can put her in harm's way, but they can't mean death.
like not rolling over to die.
Yes. If she dies doing the task, then that's fine, but I can't send her to her death.
Well,
You
that
can't be
idea
like
sounds-
fly into the mist for 10 miles or whatever.
No, I'm afraid not. That would be handy though.
Damn.
And to break the pact, can you just break it? Or do we have to get rid of her?
Well, the death changed the terms of the pact somewhat. So the pact will break if I step out of this prison, or if I make a new pact with someone.
Mm.
And when you say step out of this prison, do you mean this specific place or this shadow realm?
The circle or
The shadow realm. Once I step back into the mundane, the pact will technically be broken, though I will need to form a new pact pretty quickly after that.
But you could form a new pact before we left, and it would shatter as well.
Yes, that is correct.
And she would know as soon as it would break, right?
She would know that it's broken, yes, but she may think it's because you killed me.
so
We didn't think of that.
This is true.
this is stupid. You know multiple exits from here?
I know that they exist, and I can find them, yes.
Someone just make a pact with him. He goes out a different exit. We go out Eb's exit. She thinks we killed him.
This still leaves question of what we do with Eb. I am on team elimination.
Roll.
I'm just trying to, think of the whole she's gonna give us a lift up to the floating castle in the sky.
I think we can handle that.
We might be able to have other methods of flight.
Yeah, but how often do you get to
Teleportation.
ride on a dragon?
How often do you get to have angry ancient dragon have blood pact in an effort to try and kill you.
Once, usually.
Once, usually, yes. It is very fatal affair.
I'm just saying, there doesn't need to be outright slaughter.
I don't mind.
And you have to remember, we're not just fighting a massive ancient dragon, we're also fighting her hordes of followers in her lair.
If we
Could be
kill,
that many.
if we kill,
There's generations and generations of kobolds in the caves.
if we do enough harm to dragon, I believe spineless kobolds will think better of killing new leaders, new overlords, potentially.
Yeah. Can we do
Listen,
enough harm before she out-harms us? Like, I'm just...
I look to Famine. It depends on what he is able to do.
If we go that route, I think that we should go out. We should tell, like, if we want to take care of her, because some type of future harm that's going to happen to Darkon from Ebb, then I think that we go out, we get our friends out before the fighting starts, and then at an opportune time, Famine over here comes out and does something to start the fray. And that way, our friends are out. We could have a little bit more of a surprise something, but that's... I am indifferent on Ebb. I understand her probably a little bit more than the rest of everyone here, but I also understand the harm that she could do for everyone. So I don't think it would be so immoral, but it's not moral either. It's definitely a shadow area.
John,
Shady area.
Mm-hmm.
our contract as Mistwardens here in Darkon, it is not to, like, stop harm or anything, it's just to stop the mist, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, Mistwardens are often given directives in places that they may or may not be able to, like, stop other forms of harm, but generally speaking, you know there's going to be other stuff in the, like, every Dread Realm you go to that you're not going to be able to deal with because you have your mission.
So this sort of feels outside the bounds of our contract.
Yeah, a little bit. To me, at
A
least.
little bit, but at the same time, she's gunning to be the Dark Lord.
There's gonna be
Must
a Dark
be-
Lord.
There
Right.
has to be a Dark Lord.
But if we install someone else, what's stopping her from killing them and then taking the mantle herself with her big gross egg? This is it's an unchecked power is the way I see it.
They're always
she's-
unchecked powers.
Right, but very rarely do you have the opportunity to take care of an ancient evil one, potentially evil, that is cooking up a very nasty little shadow egg, like, actively. That's also kind
I'm
of a
just
problem.
saying, we have one job here, and it feels like we're trying to add on to that job. Things are gonna be shit here no matter what we do.
Yeah.
Famine, I have a question. You said that
Of course.
death altered the terms of your pact with Ebb, but if we were to break that pact by making another pact, they would be on your terms, correct?
Correct, yes.
There's-
Death's not here to
there's n-
interfere.
So there's nothing stopping you from making a pact with 2 of us or 3 of us.
No. I could make a pact with multiple of you.
The important question is, what does this pact with us look like? What is it that you would ask from us? What benefits would you give in exchange for said pact?
Well, I am a very powerful wizard and sorcerer and of innate magics and magics learned, and I would share some of those gifts with you in a way that you would not have to do the study that I had to do to learn them. You would just know them innately. And in return, I would get just a small piece of your life force. You'd barely notice. As long as you'll eat well. If you have to go hungry for a while, you might, go a little hungrier than anybody who's with you. I wouldn't go very long without food, is what I'm saying. But otherwise, you'd be fine. You wouldn't even notice. Yeah, and of course, you would have to do one task for me. Of course, I'd have to find you to give you that task. One task for me a year.
Maybe I should take the pact then.
What does the task usually look like?
You don't have to eat.
Mm-hmm. I could starve him out and not suffer.
The tasks usually nothing. Perhaps retrieve me a magic item that I am looking for. Kill a person that has slighted me. Go grab me a magic scroll at the bottom of some lake or whatnot.
Oh, I think we
One
have a
with the
couple of
aboleth?
those.
Oh, you met the abbot?
Yeah, we killed it.
Matt.
I hated that guy. Guy's probably not the right word for it, but either way.
Maybe I should just
I was thinking that.
take it.
You
Would
would
he-
starve before you do.
Yeah.
You would have another hunger, though. Like, it's a magical compulsion. Because he's taking that energy. He would take something from
I mean, I got a lot of souls in there.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I gotta ask. It was a cool party trick that Death did. Can you see into people and see shit about their soul?
Oh, the soul. I mean, that's not really my thing as much. Death is like, I'm the judge of souls and all that nonsense. But I do have powerful. If there's something in particular, my magic is very powerful. If my hands were freed, I could perhaps.
This
So you
guy.
can't just look at someone.
This
you
fucking
can't
guy.
just look at someone and see like your brother could.
No, I need to actually cast a spell to perhaps,
Kind of
examine.
lost its shine.
All right, well, we have different strengths. All right, different strengths.
So, how would you paint your odds if we asked you to help in eliminating Ebb? If this is the plan and this is the way that we wish to go. She is...
Oh, like the odds
Very-
we have of beating Ebb?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I
60
don't
40
like
at
how-
least.
I don't like how
Six-
At
long the
least
math took.
60-40
I
which way?
mean,
Our way, of course, our way. 50-50 if too many kobolds get inside, but also 70-30 if we are creative with the task that we set her at to give us an edge in the battle. So somewhere between 50 and 70% is where I'd set our odds. 40 if there's some unforeseen magic item that she may have acquired in the meantime. But she can't have left.
your task cannot ask her to hurt herself. Can her
Would-
task be set to hurt other people, namely her kobolds? please eliminate these caves of kobolds, and then return to your chamber and fly up and down 10 times without stopping and without fighting at all. You may not fight back if somebody attacks you. You must reach the ceiling 10 times, and only after that can you change your path.
Why stop at 10? Why not 100? Or...
It has to be
What
like
about
concrete.
scatter? Hold on. What about scatter your entire horde across Darkon?
Let's not be too hasty. I mean, come on. This
Here's
is
the
great.
Here's the thing: she's not going to be able to take it all at once, and we'll find bits of her horde scattered across Darkon. It'll also be kind of the nicest thing she's done for the people, if you think about it.
That wouldn't really let you kill her, though. But I guess it would get her away from the cavern for you to destroy her egg.
Exactly.
You could destroy egg and also take bits of horde that she does not take with her.
Bits that she maybe forgot.
I think if, depending on task, if she is able to attack other creatures and kill kobolds and then be forced to not attack us and we just wail on her for a little while. It depends on what you were able to tell her to do.
But
Is she not
the
allowed
task
to...
you were describing is way too complex for the type of deal we have. That's like 4 tasks that you listed in your description of her killing kobolds, jumping up 10 into. Those are all separate tasks. I cannot be like... there cannot be any ends in the task that I give her.
So perhaps kill all kobolds in the cavern system without fighting back against any other assailants.
The without is...
I could probably do
Qualify.
something.
Can you...
like that.
How fast can you get that out?
6 seconds?
Well, I'm sure she'll be surprised.
I don't hate it. If she is, depending on how long it takes her to weed out her entire cavern,
We'll also have to be chasing after her, though.
she will not be actively attacking us. We can hop a ride on her. She's huge. It depends on how quickly we can take care of her at that point. How strong are we? I mean, we're pretty fucking strong, but you know, how much punishment can we dole out to?
What did we give her again?
I got a great title for next week's episode, guys.
Oh,
Strong
God,
are
what did we
we?
give her?
The Shadow of the
Going on.
Colossus.
Ah,
You're gonna be riding on her. That does
Alright.
sound like a cool scene.
I'm gonna fight her
what-
now.
What items did we give her?
You gave, well, you
Your
gave to egg.
regeneration.
I gave the ring to the egg.
Yeah.
Yes. And I gave her a bit of my soul.
Well,
you know.
perhaps Famine would be able to help us identify the dark magics inside of the egg, too.
I gave her the earring that had Mother's magic imbued on
Mhm.
it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the only magic item that I think you guys
Okay.
Yeah.
100% confirm. You talked about a few others, but I think that's the only one you actually gave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, as long as we think this justifies some advantage that we're going to get in the future here, and maybe preventing a giant dragon from eating us in the future is also a great advantage.
Is there
This-
like a save point around here?
Can I go use a tent?
Wayman does have a tiny hut.
We
You can rest here. If that's what you're asking.
Well, we need a long time to rest. We gotta.
We're not
Yeah.
we're not very well practiced in resting.
But if your friends could wait, we could always go out one of the other exits and Well, no, you've already got enough decision making. I won't add to the pile.
Olin is really attached.
Well, he's not even. Armand isn't even in the cave. The only person in the cave is Maxie.
Oh, is Armand not in the cave?
Armand and the Lucky Trail are at the front.
I thought that they were in the cave like right then.
Yeah, they came into
They had to
Umbraverna after
get-
you made your deal.
They got
just
ushered in with us.
yeah, they just never made it into they never came to the cavern.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they are left back in the Kobold village currently.
Yeah.
I have a method. I could go collect them and we could go another way, but it feels wasteful.
I think
you
that we should
really
just
want
do
to
it.
fight a dragon.
I mean, I could turn myself invisible, use the wand of teleportation to, grab them and leave. Or teleport in, be like, hey, gather up real quick, teleport out. If we go out another exit, I'll know where I am and where I'm teleporting to. Depending on whether or not I can teleport into the
Dylan,
thing,
can I
but
see your left hand too?
assuming we,
Dylan. Yeah. Hi.
Is the tattoo
The
there?
tattoo is there.
Interesting.
Yeah, that transferred over. Look, I can still do it. Pop the hammer out.
Mm.
Make it disappear.
Oh, you're Famine, right?
Party trick.
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought
I
yes.
pull out the Famine ward.
We've got your coat actually.
Is this yours?
Yeah. Do you want a
Ah.
shirt?
I mean, I will gladly take Famine Ward. This is part of Azaelin's themes that he does. It's a part of the Regalia of Rex. That's technically Azaelin's coat. However, I mean, it is a namesake of mine, so I'd gladly take it from you if you
So he
wish
does
for it.
like historical reenactment, LARPing type thing.
I'm not sure I would describe it as that, but yeah. Azaelin thought of himself as my regional dialect changed there for a second. Azaelin thought of himself as a bit of the end of the dark powers, as it were. He swore he'd kill them all in his bid to escape. I'm not even sure he managed to kill one, but
So
yeah. So the four horsemen of the apocalypse were kind of his thing. He created it in his bid to figure out how to escape, and we were his horsemen.
Do
It's
you
not
guys
lost on me that you're-
remember the broken amber
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and the dark powers are usually sealed in amber?
Mm-hmm.
So how many broken amber things did we see?
There was just the one in the graves, or in the spot that
With
the forget me worm was in.
yeah.
Forget
Okay.
me worm. So, if Olin can't get hungry because Olin's dead, and Famine puts on the coat, which means that Famine can't get hungry because he's wearing the coat.
It might just be a name, like Famine. I don't think the Famine ward actually wards Famine. I was gonna ask him, like,
Oh.
do
It
Well,
does.
it
Do you know
says
what
in
the code does?
description.
oh, does it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
We got a description.
Yeah. Under magic items.
We just don't
Famine
know. We
ward.
don't know what all the like crazy fucked up
The curse
dark shit
things.
it does, but we know the normal effects.
Yeah, you don't need to eat, drink, or breathe.
Anyway.
Wait, what? You get resistance to non-magical
Yeah.
damage? Why the fuck didn't I put it on?
Don't you
Because
have it?
talked about your cooking thing,
Yeah, I gave it to you,
and that it would
but
beat the purpose.
I'm
You can
dumb as
become
fuck.
immune to non-magical damage for 1 minute
Um,
too.
Oh my
And guess
god!
what does non-magical damage?
I guess it's not real hunger, right? It's a magical
Dragon
hunger.
Claw.
So.
I also think that Conquest wanted you to gather the regalia to take with you, so I probably shouldn't take it.
Why?
Yeah, there's a whole prophecy that was told about us that we
So-
have to do.
Conquest is the
yes.
one who set the prophecy.
Do you have a different name for conquest? Do you guys have different names that you use?
Conquest did use a bit of an anagram name that he had come up with.
For
Thalen, Azalen.
Theren Nilo.
well,
There's no.
Theren Z Nilo.
Okay, see, the Z was missing. Wait, there's no X.
there's 2 eggs.
I feel like I'm having a stroke. Hold on.
Wait, no, I feel like I accounted for all these. Maybe actually, I think I am using an old name of his and not the full anagram name. But I'll have to look.
I was
for
really looking for a Q because I thought you meant it was an anagram of conquest.
Conquest.
Yeah.
That was my first thought, and I was like, no, it's gonna be a Zalen.
Con.
The real Azalen.
Azalen Prime.
Where are my notes on? I have like a whole page that I was just like literally just working out this anagram, and now I cannot find any of it.
Do you
Oh
guys
my goodness.
do you guys think that Famine knows what happened at the castle?
If it was 60 years ago, maybe. Maybe not, actually. You do know that Conquest got out, right?
Yeah, Conquest was able to come and go all the time.
Oh.
Oh, from the
Okay.
get-go?
Yes, the thing within Azalin created us, and then that he learned really quickly, is that we were not bound here like he was. We are not the ones in the pact. He is.
Huh.
So we are free to leave here. Death is just turned this into his hunting grounds, I guess. I don't know why I stayed. Nostalgia, I suppose, but also I was Ebb's keeper, so I was bound here to my task. But I do know Azalin succeeded in his escape, or he managed to do something anyway. He
He
found.
blew up the castle.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
He found a
Sorry,
place.
he found.
He found a place that the Dark Powers had not reached yet as part of his escape plan. A world whose gods had protected it and hidden it from the Dark Powers until some crack formed that he was able to make use of.
Would we know of any place like that?
Did anybody pay attention to their briefing?
I don't think the Mist Wardens would know this necessarily, but
Maybe specifically one of your
you
characters?
guys can give me religion checks if you would like.
Oh man, I want
And Buster, you would have advantage on this one.
Oh.
despite exhaustion.
So you just a straight roll.
So you just roll regular.
Oh,
Can I help him to give him advantage?
that's not how it works.
I know it's not how it works.
I've never wanted to succeed a roll more than this one.
You can
Oh!
re-roll after the fact with your.
I might use my Seshspiration. I have a +0 though.
Yeah.
It might be worth me saving it if someone else wants to roll it. Or are we gonna?
Anybody want to roll before I dole out of
Yeah.
you know
we
what?
might fight this fucking dragon, but this feels important.
I'm gonna use my knowledge from a past life.
Oh?
Yeah, I want to find
Add a
it.
d6.
Here comes that 6.
Okay.
5's pretty good. 22.
That is
22?
pretty good.
Dude. Incredible class or incredible race feature. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Is Buster re-rolling as well?
No. If we get someone who gets it, I think I'm gonna be okay. Well,
Uh,
no. If I have advantage, do I have advantage because of like something specific about me? Would I know more insight then? Would you say?
Yeah, you know more because of your history,
But that would
or that
probably
you
just
have
make
advantage because of your history, so you would have maybe a little more insight. But
Yeah, I'll do it. And that's enticing enough to fucking.
Guide yourself.
Oh.
I don't know. It might be too late to guide myself.
You don't
I
know
mean,
the
if you'd
result
like-
yet, right?
you can add guidance if you would like.
It's at least a 20. It's at least a 20. That's a break point.
So, oh, let me break this out before I.
Oh no, he's got to get the design doc out.
I gotta get the deep lore.
Deep lore.
The deep
Hell
lore.
yeah.
Here we go. We're making this happen. You know, I never come into these sessions expecting them to be like 2 straight hours of like heavy roleplay, but they're so good. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have combat like ready for it to break out.
I'm trying to push to that combat.
Yeah.
trying to
I'm
help.
trying to talk.
So,
Huh?
Buster,
Like fight.
Uh
Olin,
huh.
I think both of you are reminded somewhat when he says like a crack form that let us in. I think you're both kind of familiar with some of the origins of the Mistwarden train, which is kind of where this helps you out. And Buster, I'll give you a little more context because what this sounds like is the origin myth of Eberron. Eberron had 3 progenitor gods, 3 dragons, one that was Kyber, the evil dragon sealed by Eberron, which was the world, and then protected and hidden protected by Sybaris, who's like the stars. The dragon's kind of like the sky, basically. And when you hear like a crack in this world, you think of the morning where the mists poured out of Sire during the last war, which you've only heard about through stories because you know you've been in the Feywild since way before the last war started. But I think you're familiar because there have been people from Eberron. You know that the train that the Mistwardens ride originated because of the morning is when it started hitting Ravenloft and into the lands of the Mists. It became part of that during the morning. So kind of tied to the history of the Mistwardens a little bit there. But there was an event in Eberron where mists came into the world and caused wildness to happen. And it's not far-fetched for you to think that perhaps this is the crack he was thinking of. This is the land of the mists seeping into Eberron in some ways.
Maybe.
Somehow Eberron's able to keep it just in the Mournlands, though.
Maybe
Assuming the Mournlands aren't expanding.
Say maybe we failed. Maybe this is pre-Eberron, pre the morning. Since it's all kind of timey-wimey, right?
Time runs differently in each one, but you know the morning has already happened because the train is moving and you can't. Yeah,
it's not like,
you can't
it's not
go.
like
Yeah.
a paradox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be
It's
here
not
if
like
the
that
train
make
didn't
sure
do its
Darthon
thing.
falls so
Mm.
the train can
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
So the morning has already happened on Eberron. This crack is there, but you've heard that the lands of the mist touch all kinds of like worlds very easily. So even one to only have like a crack or an opening or something is kind of notable. But the fact that the dark powers couldn't see it before is also notable.
So we could just go straight to
maybe
Eberron
not.
through the damn hole in the sky. Maybe. It's interesting.
Go
But-
home.
I think you guys get that is tied to like the deeper, wider myths and the lands of the myths and the dark powers, and perhaps not super relevant to your immediate task of saving Darkon.
Interesting.
Probably feels like an important fact to report back.
Hmm.
Somebody write that down.
On it.
So, how about it? We're going to make this pact. You break me free of death's chains, and we'll finalize a plan and get out of this mess.
Buster, you want to do it? You want to take the pact?
I think.
Or
perhaps-
Olin
What's
or
the fine
myself?
print?
Yeah,
It's the hunger, right?
Olin does not need to eat. Is this the same type of hunger?
There would still be some cost to your body if you're not eating. It would probably take some other form, but I'm sure you wouldn't really notice.
I'm gonna insight check.
Yeah.
Because he said it before and he was talking very quickly. And good on you for doing that, like, intentionally, but, like...
You can give me an insight.
This fucking guy.
I'd love to do an insight check as well.
Exhaustion sucks.
Jeez. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seven, man.
I mean, he seems to be, as the best as far as any of you can tell, he seems to be telling the truth. That he thinks that whatever this effect was will be like some minor cost to you that you won't really notice in your day to day.
You're like a used carriage salesman when you're talking that fast.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the. I haven't talked really a lot, so I guess I'm just trying to get all the words out and get talking as much as I can. It's been a while. I feel like I need to exercise. I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. Last person that here was my brother Death, who I don't even really like. So you get it. You got siblings.
I think if
Not anymore.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for your loss.
did we
No, it's great.
tell him about that?
Oh, okay, I get that too.
Tell me about what?
Her being once shattered. Now
Mm.
No.
No.
these fucking guys. They always know more than they say they know.
I know. Well,
Did you meet any of
I
the
mean,
other
yeah.
sisters before we came in here?
Oh, no, I was just.
I think he was
asking
just making
the
small
group
talk.
generally.
Do you have
I-
any
I-
siblings? I
yeah.
didn't think that was like an insidey thing. I think he was just like,
Oh, I thought
did
he
he call
said.
Death his sibling?
I thought he said you
Like-
have sisters, like a statement.
No,
Oh
I,
no, do you
Oh.
have any?
Yeah, do you?
Was
Yeah, I have no special insight into your group other than I know Conquest did whatever he was going to do to prepare you for your task here. His Hail Mary to save Darkon.
Out of character?
Who's Mary?
Yeah, right. Rose. How is everyone tied to Theren?
Just through.
Are you
all of
asking
our
Are you
flashbacks.
asking the group or Famine? Or there's this table talk.
I mean, it's kind of table talk, but I wouldn't mind asking the group also because I don't, as far as I know, have a tie to him, other than that dream.
I'm like built in a lab with Theron's soul infused. I think, but we've gone over that.
Yeah.
Theren was the one, or was the one who made me. What's the correct word? What's the correct term? Absorb, capture, to imprison.
Yeah, he gave you the magic item to help you imprison the force that you imprisoned.
Yeah.
Who was maybe your wife.
You know, that sounds like a really toxic marriage.
Uh,
Never.
Couple hundred years will do that to you.
he
Really puts a whole new meaning on ball and chain.
he impersonated my boss and or lover at the time in the Feywild at the job that I was doing to make me go into a place to get grabbed by the train, so I might have had sex with him. I don't know. Otherwise, not really much of a tie. Other than like him just kind of being there. I think. That I know of. Was my read.
Oh yeah, I
But it's also
definitely
partially-
had sex with him.
Yeah,
it's
you
partially my
definitely
fault.
had sex with him.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I
Uh.
don't have a tie other than the weird dream.
Yeah, I never met the guy. I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know.
Hey, Famine,
Yes.
do you know how we are tied to Conquest? Pointing to the two Fey folk.
Yeah, I'm afraid all I knew is that he was moving pieces around that he thought would have the pieces needed to bring the game to an end, as it were. You might not have even noticed his touch on your life form. Yeah, I can't really say without knowing your history, I suppose. And even then, I could only guess and make supposition.
We were scouted.
I don't like that.
I know that part of his plan involved a self-sacrifice of some sort based on the magic he was discussing. So I assume a piece of him lives on in one of you.
That's me.
Well, good to know.
Okay. If we agree to remove you from these chains and allow you to leave with your life, we ask only that you cooperate with us for the entirety of
Mission?
the mission of killing Ebb the Nightworm. You said you were a powerful wizard. I don't want you breaking pact, telling her to do something, and then just popping away.
Yes, and by breaking the pact, it will weaken her magic somewhat as well, so it should make the fight a little more bearable for us.
Right.
I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to hit the left chain.
If we break his pact with Ebb, he can't tell her to do something.
Give me an attack roll.
Well, we break the pact at the right
But
time.
it breaks when he leaves.
Yeah, it breaks as soon as he leaves here,
Yeah.
he said.
It'll break as soon as he leaves his prison, or so it does. Yeah.
Wait, so then
Because
how do we
that's
tell
how
her
Death
to...
set it up. He was
How-
talking fast. How
Can we-
Death set it up.
can we
is
deliver
if
a-
he leaves-
Can we deliver a letter?
Hmm.
It's direct communication.
Yeah, you can do that. I didn't think about the pact ending as soon as I get out, so not actually being able to give her a task. Go ahead and roll damage, yeah.
Three
You're-
slashing, 9 acid.
Cool. The blade bites into the chain and does like cut through like a chunk of like chain link, but doesn't completely like break through it.
Interesting.
But you see Famine like looking excited as you hit it, and he's like, "Again, one more time. You've almost got it."
One more time.
Mhm.
I'm just doing one of them right now, obviously.
Yeah, you can just roll the damage again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough. You break through one side of the shadow chains, like kind of just like fall away, and he kind of like smiles, shaking the hand, and says, "Thank you, friend. I'm sorry. I suppose I should ask for your names."
Oh, we never gave names. Wow, we're rude.
My name's Tobias Boone.
Fortuitous name.
Yeah, I hear that a lot lately.
I am Olin.
Reef, love it.
These two.
There is a lot in the name.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I mean,
can
if you're not
call-
comfortable, you don't have to share them.
you can call me Buster.
Pleasure to meet you, Buster.
I mean, I went so long without using it. Yeah, I'm Dylan.
A lovely name for a lovely woman. Other side?
Thanks. I'll pull out the hammer and look to the group.
Why don't we have Famine write his
Oh, we gotta deliver your
message
thing.
first?
Yeah, we gotta
Oh.
deliver your task.
I hope you're
you-
left-handed.
Yeah, are you left-handed?
Honestly, I feel like if we come out with a letter, she's gonna know something's up, and she's not gonna let us go back in.
Well, she will have task delivered to her, so she will have to do the task. So this is where the planning begins.
Can't we just like fold it into, I can't call it a paper airplane because airplanes weren't paper
call it
airship
a glider.
and yeah, can't we
glider.
fold it into a glider and then just toss it out?
But like, she doesn't have to read it.
Can
know,
one
she's
of
gonna
us
drop it there
deliver
and just-
the message,
You,
the task?
And would it not have to come from like his voice?
I can give a written message to you, as long as it comes from me.
You have like a magical signature?
I mean, I have a regular signature that will enact the magic of our pact. But
One of
yeah,
us.
I can give you some time to make sure that she begins the task, and then I can step out after a certain amount of time and begin aiding you in battle. More directly.
Why don't you just give her a task where she forgives Dylan?
Just a task
Oh,
to
God.
forgive the party.
Just forgive the debt.
I could do that.
It just forgive the debt and
Sometimes
then
it's just that easy, huh?
What the
It's
fuck?
not that easy, but
Now, once the
Well-
pact is broken, she might feel otherwise, but you could get forgiven. I mean, if your goal is to move past her, you talked as if you wanted to slay her, though.
well, I just thought that would distract her for a minute. Like,
Oh, sure.
I mean,
They'll
it
certainly
was
let you
this-
get close.
We could get everybody
all
out.
the
right?
task is just go to sleep, or the task is remove all of the kobolds.
hibernate for 1,000 years.
Well, but the moment we begin attacking her, she will wake up and
Wake
be like,
up.
"Oh, I'm being attacked. It's time to fight back."
Okay, but do we need to fight her if she's hibernating for 1,000 years?
You could put the task off to another group. You would only have to handle the egg.
Shit, we could just take her horde. She'd be asleep.
See?
Yeah, that might be it.
This is goofy as hell.
We could,
You need to make a decision though, because we've been talking about it for like an hour now. But now the team will actually.
Well, at the end of the day, we are deliberating on how to kill an ancient dragon. If that
That's
doesn't
fair.
take a little bit of planning, then I don't know what the fuck will. Truly.
I think that we should. I think her task should be to wipe out the kobolds.
What do you mean?
If we can get away without having to fight her, why would we fight her?
No! That it wouldn't fight me.
I don't hate the hibernate idea, honestly.
Because I don't like it when people try to control me.
Alright, let's go. Damn it.
Okay, well, we're controlling her. She can't control you while she's sleeping. I don't know if you know this,
Alright, let's
but when
go.
she's sleeping, she's just gonna be snoring.
It does feel
It
like
doesn't
a.
change what she did previously.
I missed what you said.
Yeah, what
It
was that?
doesn't change what she did previously.
Don't enter contracts if you don't like the terms.
It wasn't about a contract. It was what she did to you.
I feel like you're more upset about it than I am, and it happened to me.
Well, it happened to an eighth of you.
I mean, a quarter. She demanded
Uh,
shit from Rosemary as well.
Yeah, Basil did
True.
kind of get herself into.
Yeah, and that eighth of me signed up for it.
Hmm.
It was protection.
In retrospect, it makes sense why she was so cagey about where she was and what she was doing. Now that I think about it.
And you don't think that she deserves to die for that? For what she did to you?
She gave me protection, which I asked for. She made it so Mother could
Well,
not find me.
Hardly protection.
I think she might deserve to die for other reasons and reasons yet to come.
Dylan, are you hot in the Shadowfell?
I'm getting a little warm, guys. 1 second.
Balmy wasteland.
Probably a little humid.
Look, I do like the idea where we don't have to go up against the ancient dragon because, let's be honest, it'll be a bit tedious to fight her, but I'm down for, whatever your group decides ultimately.
Hmm.
Kicking the bucket down the proverbial road is always a good idea in my book.
Could you at a task really get her to fall asleep willingly for a millennia?
Now, I could definitely get her to go into hibernation with the intent to be asleep for a millennia. Once the pact breaks, it's questionable whether she'll actually stay in that hibernation for that long, but once the dragon begins hibernation, she's there for a while.
Right, but the moment you leave, the pact breaks and you need to find another person to make a pact with,
Correct.
which will more than likely be one of us, meaning she is no longer beholden to be asleep for a long time.
But it'll take her a while. Since she's in hibernation, she won't even realize the pact is broken.
It's not just regular sleep, it's big sleep.
Hmm.
I'm just... I think I've had enough decisions made for me on behalf of people who thought they knew best. I'd like to, since I have just come back into my life, be making decisions about how I feel about situations. So while I appreciate where you are coming from, Tobias, I do not feel that I hold any resentment or death wish to her for a arrangement that I willingly entered into. But I do thank you for looking out for me.
Do you remember when Rosemary got really upset at the 2 or 3 vagabonds that were harassing a local village on the way here?
Yes.
And you don't think Eb will do that times 1,000 to everyone else.
Do I think she needs to be dealt with right this second? Do I think I need to be emotionally manipulated into fighting her right this second?
Well,
I've taken enough shitty battles on. Sometimes there's wisdom in falling back.
and sometimes that separates you into 8 pieces.
No. Quite the opposite. I apologize. I'm getting emotional. Again, I appreciate the sentiment.
That being said, let us take vote. Sleep, to die, or to sleep? That is the question. Where do we stand? All those in favor of killing, say aye. Okay.
I think at this point Dylan has the mask back on and is just standing there, arms crossed.
At the end of the day, I believe it is the smart plan, the more watchful plan at the end of the day. Especially because if we put her to sleep and Famine leaves this place, begins back with another one of us, and we rifle through her horde, which, I mean, come on. And then also deal with Egg. I don't believe she will be sleeping for long. And I don't know how long we are going to be staying here in Darkon. We still have things to do. But I don't want to have a now free dragon with a vendetta to come find us. So I am unfortunately on Team Kill.
Just because we don't fight her right away doesn't mean we don't fight her ever.
We can, if she's asleep,
Buster-
we'll hit the jump on her.
It is
I hate to say
option.
You are not in peak fighting condition at this moment.
I am in pretty good fighting condition. I can fight like the best of us right now. I can concentrate just fine. Concentration's not an ability check, I don't think. I think I'm actually okay to do that with advantage still.
I think it's just ability checks, isn't it?
I think it's just ability checks.
It's
Initiative is an ability check, which fucking sucks. I don't have advantage on that anymore.
Yeah. You have
But con-
Oh no.
No, you'll just have
No,
a
I
normal
just have a normal roll. Which
Yeah.
oh no, I only get +7. Oh no.
She also has a portion of your soul.
that when you
Her egg has a portion of her soul. We will be dealing with that either way. I don't know if I want it back, honestly, after it has been contrived in soup of the egg.
I'm on Team Kill, but I am probably going to save her real egg, just so everybody knows.
Oh, that's different. That's
But
an
not the-
uncorrupted egg.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a dragon egg. That's very harmless newborn dragon. It has no, there's no bearing on this decision. Whether we
Just
fight
trying
her
to be
now or we fight her later, this is moment that we get to choose That is only reason as to why I am on team kill at the moment. The choice of it. Having her show up when we are dealing with other creatures, or maybe an end game battle at the end of the day, and have an ancient dragon show up.
I would rather wait.
Kind of fun.
It's terrifying.
I would
Really terrifying.
rather
Round
sleep.
6 of the final boss.
While we're fighting death, and just Ebb just.
Just like, hey, look, there's a big angry dragon coming this way.
Unfortunately, I'm on team put her to sleep. I think we avail ourselves of too many options by leaving her out of commission for an extended amount of time, while keeping ourselves in healthy condition.
Mm.
If we shatter her egg, she may be enraged, but her will also may be broken. And whatever dark magic is in there, perhaps will be released, and the lair will be lessened of its dark shroud.
She will no longer have her magic that she's taking from Famine. So she might not even be able to make second egg. Which might make her even angrier, honestly.
Yeah.
We might have to give her other egg to be like, hey, don't kill us. You have this egg, yeah.
I think
You
if
know.
we put her to sleep for however long, we finish whatever we need to finish, and we take her out when it's convenient, on our terms.
I think now would be our turns.
Now is convenient. That is why I'm on team kill for the moment. But by
will-
the sound of it, we are 2-2.
I will say, just as an addition to that, if you put her to sleep and fail to save Darkon, then she'll die anyway. The Shroud will still get her.
Perhaps
Yeah,
we leave her-
man.
Perhaps we leave her here, and the Shroud encroaches and does the job for us.
Huh. Yeah.
The Shroud has seemed to move in every time we leave a location.
What if I put on the jacket here? Force the
You might pull it
the
in.
shroud.
And then we're in the middle of the shroud?
And kill our friends.
We will have powerful patron
Well.
wizard to take us elsewhere.
Also, Lucky Trails is with them. He can be in the mist.
Well, we can collect Lucky. And also, I pull out the wand of teleportation. I have this to get us out of scary situation.
I'm sure Nevashar Springs is nice this time of year.
We intend to find out.
Didn't you see the pamphlet?
It's always nice there.
Tobias, were you pointing out that Lucky had can be in the mist as like a they'll be fine kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically.
He's got the token, but
But what's beholding him keeping Armand other than companionship and also Maxie safe, you know?
And Maxie's not with Lucky.
yeah, Maxie's with Ebb right now.
With the dragon.
Well, right this second. It would take a while for me to put the jacket on and to attune to it and have it be like a whole thing. I don't think that it's like a 10-second, look out, the mist. That might happen when we break the egg. So we might have to, be on our toes. But, all right. Let us plan out what we are going to say to Ebb. And specifically, the correct verbiage of this please go to sleep for 1,000 years spell. Because I believe this is the smarter play at the moment. And then we can all split into 4 and just go hog wild on that horde. I'm talking Scrooge McDucking it. Fucking wild.
Oh, that guy.
We're going to hibernate. We're gonna have a hibernate for 1,000 years. Is that what we're...
Hey, we're 2 and
think
2. We
that-
didn't actually decide it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just to make it easier, I'll flip my vote.
I think the
'Cause-
guarantee of the mist perhaps is nail in the coffin. Figuratively
But-
and literally.
But if she wakes up before the mists get her, oh boy.
yeah.
That's
if you-
why I wonder if we start looting her hoard immediately or not.
I mean, she's already going to be mad at us if she wakes up anyway, so.
Well, we can loot her hoard
can-
before we break the pact.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, how about this? I will go ahead and give you the note with the magic mouth for this hibernation thing, and you can do whatever looting and stuff you're going to do. You come back in. We'll make a new pact before I leave, and then you can deal with Ebb in whatever way you need to in the future, some future point. And if you find me, I'll even help you. I'll even add that to the deal. I'll help you take care of Ebb even in the future. Shall it be within my power to do so?
Surprised by a dragon later.
I stick out my fuzzy little paw.
Yeah, he puts his hand forward and just kind of like, he doesn't do like a manly squeeze. He does like a little kind of like squeezing your palm a little bit as like a, like, thanks.
Why is your hand so clammy?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Well, it's so hot in here.
It's extremely warm, even though like most parts of the Shadowfell are cold.
This place
It's
sucks.
awful. Yeah, it's not good.
It's really humid, and I think there's mold growing in that corner.
Whereas in the Feywild, you cannot go someplace without literally picturesque weather. Like, perfect. Every fucking day.
Don't you have like courts that are different weathers?
Yeah,
I don't know.
and they for people who like those types of weathers. If you like winter climate, that's like fucking perfect. Like that's your
Oh.
whole deal.
Do you know about courts? Do you know if the Forgotten Court maybe has a thing here?
A thing here.
What?
The what?
Like a portal from the Shadowfell to the Forgotten Court.
I'm the
Or in
what-
Darkon? Like,
I'm not sure what you. I've not heard of this Forgotten Court. If I have, I don't remember it. But
yeah, no, that tracks.
So I'm not sure. That sounds like
Alright.
something Death might know. He kind of
Oh,
roams all the land and knows all the places.
fuck that guy.
He's the worst.
Will you need help with him?
No.
Yeah, like, do you want our help?
I mean,
It
I'll
might
take
be
your-
poetic
I'll
for,
take your.
the hammer.
Yeah. I mean, stick to your mission that you are on. I think it's what Conquest would have wanted, and he was my favorite brother. So
Counts for something.
Conquest, death, famine,
what?
Pestilence and war.
war, and pestilence are okay.
No, Pestilence is not one of us. That must be some
Oh.
other four horsemen of your faiths, not mine.
No.
Uh-huh.
It changes from realm to realm.
Wait, then
Yes.
what are the four? War, conquest, famine. What's the other one?
Death.
Death,
Oh,
just not
son
pestilence.
of a bitch.
Yes. Conquest of other realms, war within.
Yep. Alright. Shit, what's worse thing?
I'll give you a guess.
War? It's kind of in the name. He was the
No,
best
no,
warrior
like
of
the-
us.
The regalia.
Oh. The inheritance, as it were.
Is
Wool-
war a thing?
Yeah, Wool Weaver is the item you're looking for.
War or wool?
War Weaver.
War weaver.
Wool weaver?
A wool weaver.
War Weaver. So it's a
Wool weaver.
it's a
Dang.
He's
Rosemary missed out on that one.
I know.
War had a loom. How strange.
The blanket of death.
But what if it was like a wool weaver and it was just like fate's string, like in Greek mythology, just kill everything from it?
Interesting.
Pretty
You
good.
think-
8 stitch.
Do you think War is running this whole thing? You think?
Isn't death running this whole thing?
I mean, the
War
mist,
died.
man. It's just the fog of war, dude.
War's dead, man. Oh my god, dude. You feel good about that? Are you proud
You
of that one?
should.
I've been on one tonight.
Oh wow, the
I
fog
don't know how I feel
war.
about that one.
Interesting. Interesting hypothesis.
All right, let's go put this girl to sleep and steal
Oh.
from her.
Yeah,
yeah.
you probably need me to do your thing, huh?
Oh, the other chain,
Yep.
please.
Well, because you asked nicely. And I will whack it. And I don't know if the Death Hammer does
Bonk.
something special.
The Death Hammer, I'm not even gonna make you roll damage. As soon as you hit
Oh.
it, the chains snap and break. As like the magic meets the magic meant to break hits the same magic meant to bind. And yeah. Famine stands up, a smile on his face. And I think one of you had already pulled out like a piece of paper or something.
Mhm.
And he takes that and he begins casting a spell. And he says, "Dear Ebb, you complete and utter bitch. Hibernate for 1,000 years in the deepest slumber in which your mind and body can fathom.
Starting now.
Starting immediately." From Famine.
Hugs and kisses.
Love Famine.
Love.
XOXO.
Hugs and kisses, all my best.
Yeah, and he casts Magic Mouth. I'm gonna hope that's 25 words in there, but
Yeah.
Magic Mouth on it.
It's a bunch of hyphens.
But yeah, he says, "All right, well, I'll just wait on this side of the portal then until you come back. If I
Yeah, we'll step back through.
if I don't hear from
Uh,
you,
I'll go do it. You guys stay here. Because if she kills one of us, then it'll be better than her killing all of us. I got it.
What
I'm
could
gonna
I get?
stand on the other side of the portal and try and
Insight.
push it through.
Check.
Absolutely. Stand on the other side of the portal, because I will be jumping right back in, but I'll do it.
You can insight check Buster?
Yeah, my
I
sweet.
kind of
my
want
s-
to insight check him too.
My sweet
Go
friend.
ahead.
My sweet precious friend with his like
Go ahead.
20,000 fucking deception and persuasion.
Are you
Hold on. I haven't rolled.
joking?
Wrong character.
Yeah, Buster's dog shit at that. Yeah, no. Buster's self-sacrificing. He's trying to take the pain for everyone. He truly just wants to make sure that if somebody walks out of the portal, holds up the letter that has magic mouth, and if the dragon's frame one reaction is to breath that motherfucker, it's just me. Why would all of you die? Like, I got it. I got this one. That's purely his entire meaning with this. He's exhausted. He looks like shit,
Okay.
but he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt.
Okay, you dumb bitch.
Hey, you asked the
The
question.
second things look like they're going sideways, I'm running in and pulling you out.
When you look
You
through
will
the
not be
portal, is
able
it
to
like a
see.
weird waggly It's like, ooh.
Yeah,
It's
you
like a
can't
weird-
you can't really like actually see what's on the other side
Do
until
they
you
have, like,
step through it. It
binoculars
just
so I can
Put
binoculars
the
through?
end of the binoculars through.
That's awful.
interesting idea.
Get some of those opera glasses.
Yeah,
I'll have a
the opera
pirate
glasses
scene
just-
glass.
Yeah, I think Famine will just mention like, well, just be careful, quick, because she'll probably be suspect if she feels that the pact is still ongoing and only one of you steps out.
I will do what I can. And I will walk out the portal. And as soon as
You
I
got
walk
this.
out the portal,
Roll
as soon as
You've got
Yes.
guidance.
You've got guidance
you.
from me, who told you you got this, dude.
Oh, fuck, why am I nervous all of a sudden? Oh no. There's no tracker, but
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty good.
It auto rolled advantage. Take off. Or no, it auto rolled. Yeah, no, it auto rolled advantage because I rolled it normal.
Oh, no.
Take
Okay,
off
4.
4 from that, so that is actually 22 plus
your D4.
1.
Eb got a 6.
Never mind. Never mind.
Let's go.
It's 26. 26 is
So
Good
you
luck,
you will have a moment as soon as you step out. Eb is like right there in your face, and you see like she looks like ready to attack pretty quickly anything that's coming through this portal at this moment. But you have a beat here before she
I'm just
gets
like
to do anything.
retching. I'm like, "Ugh, that guy fucking sucks. And I hold up the piece of paper, magic mouth, like it's a fucking Legend of Zelda item. Da-da-da-da. And I'm just letting it go.
Yeah, she like begins to like she sees what you're doing, immediately goes to like attack, but the voice begins speaking before she can get it off, and that like immediately hits and as part of the task, and she stops and she's like, "Oh, I will remember this."
Was it an action? For me to hold up the paper?
Magic mouth.
Oh, I guess I'm on like casting it though, but it's I guess. It can be-
Yeah. I was just looking at the trigger for it, but I think must be 25 words. Determine the circumstance that will trigger the spell. I guess he could have just said the trigger for you walking out. So no, it would not have cast you an action to do that.
Awesome.
Just
I would
say
like to
item interaction.
cast. I would like to cast silence, directed exactly on her forehead.
Okay.
No. I don't. She
was
needs to
like-
listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to say anything just in case she was gonna scream, but that in retrospect is stupid. I don't do that. That would
Yeah.
be really dumb. I don't do that. Never mind.
She says, "If anything happens to my egg," you can see her like beginning to shift and move too, like digging up space, like as she's
I'm, like,
saying
getting
this.
ready, finding a nut.
Yeah, and she says, "If anything happens to my egg, I will hunt all of you mist wardens. I will find your little train, and I will tear it to pieces and eat every little warden inside of it."
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you'll forget all about this. We will get your egg. Don't worry. Shh.
And you
Petting
see,
like.
she almost seems to like
Your furry hand.
shift. You see her like almost disappear into the ground. Like she digs up a hole that you just kind of like looks like darkness. I think maybe you can kind of peer through. You have like magical dark vision,
Mhm.
Buster? Okay. Yeah.
No, it's not like magical, but like it is an ability that gives me enhanced.
300 something.
Yeah. So you can kind of see there must have been like some small hole in this floor that was there already that she's kind of like dug back up. And you see her slink almost like shadow. This hole does not look like it should fit her massive body. but this hole going down deeper beneath this cavern, she like slides down into.
So it's like a darkness liminal space that she is shunted into.
It kind of looks like that.
Cool. Good for her. Is Maxie still standing in this?
Yeah, you just see like now that the room is like much emptier, you just see her figure on the far side of the cavern, just kind of standing there.
Next to Dirk.
Yeah. She like looks around a little bit.
I say in Elvish. Wait, no. Shit, I say in Sylvan. I don't know Elvish. I say in Sylvan to Maxie, hoping that she can understand what I'm saying. Kill Dirk! Kill him, real quick. I don't want him selling anyone. Kill him. Kill Dirk! He's standing right next to you. Murder him. I know for a fact that he cannot understand me.
You're speaking Sylvan?
I'm speaking Sylvan, which has bases in Elvish. Maybe she can like kind of pig Latin understand a couple of words. You want me to what, Dirk? Because we just did a bad thing, technically. I'm realizing, and Dirk is just standing there watching it. And we still have a horde of fucking little guys.
See Maxie like kind of just like slides a hand inside her pocket, slides out a little wand,
or at least put him to sleep or something. Come on.
And then cast a spell. I don't think you can see what the spell is necessarily, but you see what looks like Dirk getting hit by like several attacks all of a sudden, and him go like flying a few feet away, like, and not moving anymore. Like lands on the ground prone, and is not moving. And Maxie begins like jogging towards you.
Buster's just like hopping. Like, you got it. Yes. Right. I will be right back. Just wait right here. Gotta go figure a thing out. I will walk back in. So it's fine. She's asleep. It worked. I have the feeling that this is going to be a ticking clock.
What happened with Dirk?
Who?
The guy that was standing there with Max.
You can't see out the portal.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I killed him. We
Just-
killed him. She killed him.
You killed him. Okay.
She killed him.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. We probably should have just done that from the start.
He was a witness. Yeah, he was on my hit list from like just fucking standing there watching us in the fucking swamp and all that.
Did we have Famine stay in here for just like give him some more borst and we'll just go Luda for 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best. If you're willing to just like hang out for a little bit, if you got the pot going.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Cool.
10 minutes.
Or until one of us comes back and gets you at least.
10 minutes or an hour.
No, not an hour. We'll.
I'll walk out of here in 15.
Okay, that's fair.
I hope that doesn't wake her up, but yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Rage Loot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she
Fucking-
like? Do you know how long? Like, is she asleep? Like right now, or like is she going to sleep? Because sometimes it takes minutes to go to sleep. So.
She sank into a liminal space of shadow and darkness after hearing the magical words saying, "Hibernate for 1,000 years, you fucking bitch." So, you
I
know.
thought it was you, crusty bitch.
I was sweating out of
That's fair.
every hole on my body. I couldn't hear.
Do rabbits sweat?
This one
Maybe.
does. This one did. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, so you guys begin. Keep in mind, you do have a fair bit of coin on you already. Is there
Have a
anything?
bag of holding?
That much? We got about.
We're looking for one or two or five. It is an ancient dragon's horde.
It is an ancient
There's
dragon.
gotta be some shit. Whether it's good or useful, we will find out. We'll figure out. I don't know what we're
Eggs.
facing from here
Yeah.
on in.
Eggs do feel like things dragons would forget about. I'm just
Um,
saying.
So I
Sure.
do. I want to get into this horde, and I don't want to skip over that necessarily. But I do feel like some of the horde stuff. I don't know. Maybe part of me wants to do it off cam.
Oh, because it's just gonna be a bunch of listing off shit.
Yeah.
Should
But
we-
there could be some interesting magic items. But I almost want to like sit down with you guys and like actually do like roll treasure hoard stuff. Like let you guys do some of the rolling and
Yeah.
kind of see what we.
Cool.
Well, we can do that.
Uh,
on-
Should we
fun
go
on.
visit an egg then?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to
okay,
be
yeah.
Bane?
No, I'm down. Do you guys want to deal with famine before you deal with the egg?
No, we want to loot. Wait,
Luke,
Yeah, you guys are gonna loot.
loot.
That's gonna happen either way. You guys, we're saying there's a point of time you guys have looted, right? We're gonna rewind a little bit and see what that looks like. But we're gonna say you guys have looted and gotten all that stuff taken care of. You've gone through the horde, and now you've kind of you got this egg that you got to deal with, and somebody needs to make a pact with famine. You can either deal with the egg and then make the pact, or you can get Famine's help with the egg and make the pact first.
I would like Famine's
I
help
want
with the egg.
Famine's help with the egg.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest. So I will put myself forward to make the pact as well.
Let's do it after the looting, just in case the pact breaking wakes her up.
Yeah, of course. That's the
Yeah.
within the 15-minute thing
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
walks out, and we'll.
So,
You're
you
sure
guys
you want to do it?
Wait. Also, him walking out is a suicide sentence because we haven't made a pact. So
No, it's
I don't
not
think
a-
he would.
He has like
He said it's not
seems.
immediate.
Yeah, he said he
Oh,
had like
okay.
a little bit of time. It did have to be soon, but it didn't have to. It wasn't like an immediate thing where he just
Right,
like,
right,
wasted
right,
away,
right,
especially
right.
since he's eaten.
Okay, so you're for sure gonna do it.
I mean,
What if Maxie wants to?
hey Maxie,
Queen
here's
shit.
this clone of one of the,
The previous king.
the main guys. Would you like to enter a lifelong pact where he just kind of steals a little bit of your energy for the rest of your life?
Maxie, how would you like to be a player character?
We're looking for an upgrade. No, I'm willing to take it because I don't know what it will take from you. If you want it, like if you actively want it, because you'll get something from it. I mean, he'll give you magic or something. You're welcome to have it, but it's mostly the self-sacrificing thing. Kind of just like, I got it. Don't worry.
I guess for me, it feels more like this could be a way to get information on Conquest, to like follow Theren around. You know, I guess we get that either way, right? But
Yeah, because he can't do the soul judgment window thing. He's
But if
just
he's-
a wizard that could divine otherwise.
but if he's connected by a pact, he might have deeper insight, right? Maybe.
I mean, like I said, it's up to you. If you don't want to deal with the negative, like I said, I'm willing to handle it. I'm willing to do that.
But you love to eat.
I love to cook.
You love to
I'll just cook more. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I'm offering it because everyone else has their own stuff going on. Buster's just kind of hanging out, and this is where he feels like he can help. So he's offering.
Does everybody else
willing to.
feel okay with Buster doing it?
If Buster's down, that's fine with me. I'm happy to stack on packs, but
Yeah, I mean, I will say you only need one of you, but if there are more of you that want to do it, you theoretically
We
could.
could.
But does it make the
The pact less
if you
bad.
if you share the load or the burden, does it make that less bad on one person? Do you get less boon per person?
Yes, and that it would theoretically make it less So if like one person, like if one person was starving, it wouldn't like affect the bond for famine quite as much. Um, and what was the other question? Oh, if you'd get less boon each person? No, whoever makes the pact gets the same thing.
Hmm.
Busta, I got your back.
If you also wish to help, I'm not going to say no, but like I said, I believe you don't have to.
Well,
I've
I-
got this one.
I defer to you, Buster. I think you've got
We could all three do it.
what seems
I will do it at
wasteful.
least myself. You also can if you'd like to help. You do not have to. Don't push yourself. You have your own demons, your own things. I only wish to help and do this thing that at least one of us has to, you know.
Well,
Sure, why not?
if you want to do it, I'll leave it to you.
Cool. We'll share.
Burden shared. It's a burden lessened.
Huh. Yeah.
All right. So sounds like both Tobias and Buster are gonna join in.
Cool. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And Olin, you settled on not joining.
I will
correct?
not. Yeah.
All right. Y'all step back into the Shadowfell. Step back through the portal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And on the way, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna need a lot of that boast though.
What
Like a
else am
lot.
I good for?
Like a
Come
lot.
on. Come on. You know
Can we
me.
get you a big? Do you,
You-
do you call it cauldrons? Is it a cauldron now? If it's like big enough?
I mean, cauldrons can be small too.
Yeah, I have
Smaller.
like one like roughly this size that I carry with me. But if we want to get a bigger one, we will have all these magical
Small
bags to pull them in. We'll
Small
figure it out. That's
It's
really
probably the
cute.
biggest pot you ever seen.
It's actual cast iron.
All right.
Wow.
Oh.
You guys go through the portal back into the through this weird liminal portal back into this Shadowfell world. The color seeping out again as you enter. Famine kind of like waiting for you on the other side. He stands up, and you can already see like almost unnaturally he's already starting to like put back on. He looks less thin and emaciated than he did before, but he still looks pretty thin. But he grins as you walk up. He says, "Ah, my friends. So you've decided then. Who shall I give my blessings to?"
The both of us will share this burden and blessing.
Love it. All right. Well, do you agree to the stipulations set forward before? I will give you a task once a year, in exchange for some bit of your life force, and this task, I will grant you magics and power and abilities.
Does this bond keep us on Darkon? May we leave?
Yes, you can leave. The only reason that Ebb was bound was because I was trapped in the Shadowfell. But once I'm out of there, out of Death's prison, there's no tether physical to me and those who I have a pact with. Though I will
So,
kind of always know generally where you are.
okay. And you have the means to follow us wherever we go, because by the nature of our jobs, there is travel.
It'll be tricky, but I'm not too worried with calling in those favors or anything. And I'll still be able to grant my blessings and take the little bit of sustenance from your bodies that I need for survival through the power of the pact, no matter where you are.
Uh-huh.
If for some reason we need to leave this pact, is there an exit clause?
Oh, Buster, you really are used to this, aren't you?
I've been doing this for at
It's a
this
long
point
time, yeah?
thousands of years technically. Like I've just been
Um,
doing it for a while. It's the basic boilerplate questions.
You can find someone to take the pact for you.
Huh. Okay.
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 All right. With that, I give you Famine's kiss, as it were. And he leans forward and kisses each of you on the forehead.
Aw.
His lips kind of dry. You can smell some of like the boar smell on his breath. And you feel a bit of, each of you feels like once he kisses your forehead, you feel like this kind of cold sensation flow through your bodies a little bit. And your stomachs immediately begin stirring. But you also begin feeling this arcane knowledge slowly seeping into your mind as this connection grows. And he says, you know, I always did love that prophecy. That conquest came up. I used to... Oh, how'd that song go? Mist guardians ride to Darkon shores, destruction shadow, a tempest roar.
That's not what we have.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you have the right words. It's been a while.
Wait, no, that's not what we have. These aren't the same words.
You have a beautiful singing voice. Why don't you go through the whole thing for us?
Oh, well, I couldn't necessarily sing the whole thing, but if I'm remembering it correctly, Mist guardians ride to Darkon shores, destruction shadow, a tempest roars. 8 omens bind, each one a decree, in the shroud's embrace all will be. A golden star, celestial brand, risen dead heed the unseen hand. Risen dead heed the unseen hand. From mist they emerge under full moon's gleam. Death's not given like an old familiar dream. No, this is the prophecy you've heard, right? The one you've been following.
Not the whole thing. If not,
Regalia of Rex upon them worn, a power born from bonds well torn. In embers glow the final stand, ancient echoes, the land's own command.
was the version that we had paraphrased or something? I
I'm gonna-
recite to him the version that we have.
I mean, it was similar.
Yeah, it's just paraphrased,
right.
but
The
the
eight
language
omens.
is
Death is Shroud.
It's got the mood.
Yeah, I'll give you
Social.
this version.
damn it, the dread prophecy coming from one of the actual dudes who made it. I feel like it's gonna be a lot more fucking real.
Anyway, let's go deal with this egg. And I think as you're kind of like processing this slight change in prophecy, processing that you've got this hoard that you've just collected, and you are now heading to deal with this virulent egg. And that's where we're gonna end for the night. Thank you for coming to our 2.5 hour RP session. We will come back next week. I mean, they just have to deal with an egg. It's probably going to be simple, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Barely
check
an
it.
inconvenience.
taking candy from an unborn baby.
Exactly. So check back next week to see our companions, our heroes, probably thrive, certainly
Yeah.
survive, and in no way possible could they have any issues that would make them take a dive. But we'll have to see. We'll see.
We will
then.
be taking a dive in our bathtubs full of money. Money, 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 money.
Scrooge
money,
McDuck.
money.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.